Hello, Barendipitous here. I'm sorry about my voice. I've just been recovering from some kind of cough or flu or cold, whatever. So my voice is still slightly affected, but I wanted to record today because I'm just really excited about this project that Level 1 Gaming has asked me to help him with. If you don't know who Level 1 Gaming is, let me just kind of briefly show what. So this is Level 1 Gaming's YouTube channel right there. That's how it's spelled. Level 1 Gaming is probably best known for all these cool like mods and stuff. He's also done interviews with Brawlhalla devs and so forth and stuff. And he's got some fun plans for BCX. So there's that. Level 1 Gaming. He earlier this year, I think about August, he approached me saying that he wanted to make a mod of Orion, but like a special Orion mod, and it was inspired by this moment from BCX 2022. So in BCX 2022, I was very lucky and blessed to be able to kind of lead a panel about lore. And here is that panel, and here's a moment that somebody recorded of that panel in which so Orion's always been this kind of guy that we never knew his past. Mystery is a big part of him, right? But I thought, and there was a time when like the devs teased, like jokingly said, "Oh, when we reach 10 million subscribers on the Brawlhalla YouTube channel, we'll reveal Orion's face and whatever." And I mean, 10 million, that's ridiculous. They're not even at 500,000 at this point. So I was talking to this guy. This guy is Matt. This guy is Matt Woomer. He's the executive producer of Brawlhalla and kind of one of the main guys behind the lore. And so I was asking him, would you be willing to reveal Orion's face at 1 million YouTube subscribers? So here's what happened.
YouTube subscribers to the Brawlhalla YouTube channel, the official one. How would you feel about 1 million YouTube subscriptions?
I'm on, ready. Okay, right here. We'll do it. We'll do it. Orion face reveal with the Brawlhalla YouTube channel. Because it was crazy. We went from...
Okay, if you couldn't quite hear it, basically, I said, would you be willing to reveal Orion's face when the official Brawlhalla YouTube channel reaches 1 million YouTube subscribers? And Matt Wimmer said, you know what, we'll do it. Yeah. And then everyone's like, yeah, that's so cool. And at the time, I was really trying to like drum up some more excitement and stuff, and it never really got anywhere. And also, in the past year or so, I did see some of the other devs on the dev stream, like especially Foda talking with Defensive, where Foda was like, I don't know why Matt Woomer promised that, man. Like, you know, it's just like, it seemed like a kind of a crazy thing to do. So I kind of got the sense that like, the main reason why I was hoping that I wanted the Brawlhalla devs to reveal Orion's face is because I thought for some reason that maybe they had some sort of plan or idea behind who Orion actually was and what his past was. But I get the sense that maybe they don't, and that because mystery is just a big part of the character. So Level 1 Gaming wanted to work with me to kind of think about like, okay, well, assuming the devs don't reveal Orion's face, what would it look like? What can we reasonably assume from the lore? What can we actually put together? Okay, what if we actually did reveal Orion's face in an unofficial capacity, because neither he nor I are official devs or anything, but we wanted to work together to come up with like a what if scenario of like, but actually what if, right? So this video is basically to kind of go over all the information that I told Level 1 Gaming and my own headcanons, my own ideas, and whatever ahead of the actual mod reveal trailer on Level 1 Gaming's YouTube channel, okay? So here's everything that we know about Orion, and I'm going to, once again, go to a screen here. Sorry, wrong screen. I want to go to this one, okay? So this is my... this is basically my work in progress new Brawlhalla lore page. I hope to kind of get it ready for the public before BCX very soon. But let's go over to the Legends page. Everything's like all you can search and filter by everything or whatever. Let's go down to Orion and see everything that we know about Orion. Okay, and it opens up this side page right here. All right, so the store description for Orion, if you can't quite see, I'm just going to read everything in here. So, bot name, Orion, code name Valkyrie, which is very interesting. Even though Bryn is a Valkyrie, she's a half Valkyrie, half human, half Valkyrie. Orion is kind of meant to look like a Valkyrie, and I think maybe in the in the early alpha beta stages, he kind of maybe was a male Valkyrie of some kind. Store description: a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in Evaldic battle armor. Here he is called Orion, and he's known as the Mysterious Stranger. You see the various tags associated with him as Guardian, Hat Wearer, Outer Space, Rocket Lantern, Spear. I'm not going to read the whole lore. You can read the lore either here or on brawlhalla.com/legends/Orion, or in the game itself. Meet the legends, select Orion, go to the lore page. You can see all this stuff here. I wanted to call attention to so there's not a lot here. It just kind of says that Orion arrived in a fiery comet and crash landed in just outside of Valhalla, and then Odin had some dwarven smiths quickly take Orion aside, make some golden armor, put it on Orion, and then all of a sudden that was it. Whatever. But here's all the connections that Orion has with different legends. A lot of them are kind of small, but they're worth noting anyway. So Sir Roland swears that Orion is the gold knight in disguise. Bodvar insists that Orion is Thor in disguise. I don't think that's the case because we have Thor already as a separate legend from Orion, so there's that. Nash believes Orion is a magic rock monster. Lucian is moved to incoherent rage at the sight of Orion. It's never explained why. I think that's because Orion's armor is full of gold, and Lucian is very much like he likes money, and he's very greedy, so I think that's pretty much it. Artemis, of course, destroying Orion is her main goal. There's actually also a part in Artemis's lore where she said that she believes that Valhalla may be too infected to save, and that Artemis is the universe's immune response to Orion. If you imagine like white blood cells in your bloodstream reacting to foreign like viruses or bacteria and stuff, that's pretty much what Artemis is against Orion, which raises even more questions. Olgrim is one of the sons of Ivaldi who made the Evaldic armor that Orion has. So Orion's dazzling golden armor, Olgrim was one of the dwarven smiths who created it. Bryn makes fun of Orion's mysterious cool guy act. Bryn and Val both make fun of Orion. Excuse me. A lot of the Valkyries are rather smitten with Orion, but Bryn and Val are kind of like, he thinks he's all that. He thinks he's still cool, whatever. Mirage is really interesting. She apparently has some sort of history with Orion because she said of all the afterlives, you had to come to this one. What are they calling you nowadays? What are you calling yourself these days? And then Orion says, here I am called Orion. So why does Mirage know Orion from somewhere else? Where did Orion come? We don't know. That's really mysterious. Anyway, Nyx sees Orion as one of her cosmological cold cases because, he's just kind of strange. Maybe he's from a different dimension or something. And I'll explain a little more about that in a moment. Cassidy, along with Bodvar, witnessed Orion's crash into the field in Folkvanger Field outside of Valhalla. And then Lord Brax considers Orion worthy of direct address, along with other royalty figures like Queen Nai and so forth. He crash landed into Folkvanger. Those are all the related things. That's all the information we know officially from the lore about Orion. Okay, now Orion does feature prominently in 2 different battle passes. Okay, the first one is Battle Pass 5, which is Galactic War. That's the one where we have the Orion Prime epic skin along with the Artemis progression skin. And there's a galactic war between the two that it just kind of has always been there, right? There's just war that spans all across space of these two just battling it out, right? And then also in Battle Pass 8, which is Terminus, and Orion is a character, is a legend who has been pulled by Loki into Terminus for dark heart experiments or something. So that is all of the official lore information that we have. Okay, so who is Orion? Again, we don't know enough officially to know for sure, but here's what Level 1 Gaming and I have kind of been thinking, right? So battle passes, they're kind of treated as separate dimensions, separate timelines, essentially, and they're like what if scenarios that are separate, like timelines. They never really mix except in one case. Battle Pass 8 take place in Terminus, and we know officially in the lore there is one Terminus in all of the multiverse, just one, which means that Battle Pass Season 8 is canon. All right, so let's go to. Hope my voice is not too abrasive. I am very sorry. Let's go to brawlhalla.com/battle pass, and I'm going to show you something here. Perfect. All right. Let's kind of adjust the screen so it makes a little more sense. So if you go up to Battle Pass here, you'll see Battle Pass Archive. Okay, they have it back to Season 7. So if you go to Season 8, we see the Terminus Battle Pass. Okay? And so you can look at all of this information right here. I'm trying to remember which one was Orion specifically. Which one focused more on Orion. That was not it. I think this might be it. Yeah, there's a lot of like redacted kind of stuff going on. So we still also don't know. We don't learn very much about Orion from this either. But if you keep scrolling down, you'll see this propaganda message that is written by Loki, by the way. Essentially, the whole message is Loki kind of talking to all of Terminus, saying that you are forsaken by fate, by the universe, and whatever. And I want to basically it's made clear that Loki is trying to stop Ragnarok from happening, and he's willing to do it by all means necessary. Basically, if not in this timeline, then in the next or in the next. And everything. We can be the agent. Yeah, we can be the agent of change in our future, and that's going to happen because of Darkheart. The ends justify the means, and things like that, right? He's on the eve of the prophesied end of it all. He's talking about Ragnarok. If not in this timeline, then perhaps the next or the next. It has always been done, and things like that. So that's what Loki's trying to do. So Level 1 Gaming and I were kind of thinking like, what if Orion was one of these people who was experimented on by Loki, right? And then that kind of Orion was empowered by Darkheart, and then like. One thing led to another, and like there was this galactic war between him and Artemis, and it even reached to Valhalla and everything like that, and everything just like got destroyed and everything. We're thinking. I should also mention that Defensive, like 3 or 4 years ago, had a theory about Orion coming from a parallel universe. This is before I was became the de facto lore master or whatever in the community. So that's kind of what inspired me to think of maybe Orion is from an alternative timeline, an alternate dimension, and everything, and all this dimension stuff happening with Terminus and the battle passes seems to support that. So all that is to say that Level 1 Gaming and I kind of took these ideas of Orion being from a different dimension where disaster happened, and he's trying to kind of warn people in the normal dimension that we know in Brawlhalla, and he is empowered by Darkheart, and the armor is trying to keep that Darkheart inside of him, or something trying to contain that Darkheart power, or whatever. You'll see more details in Level 1 Gaming's video. I encourage you to look at that. I will link the video in the description when that video is live, and yeah, that's basically it. I love kind of I usually don't go into speculation when it comes to Brawlhalla lore, but at least not too deep into speculation, because I don't, that's kind of why I have my, what I like to call my theorizing hat, right? But this is definitely in theorizing territory, because we are taking all this official information and kind of coming up with some kind of logical but also epic, kind of scenario that would make sense. If Level 1 Gaming and I were part of the lore team in Brawlhalla, I think this is what we would come up with for who Orion is, as well as how we would unmask Orion. So to actually see Orion unmasked, at least in the way that Level 1 Gaming and I envision, watch his video on the Level 1 Gaming YouTube channel, LVLONE Gaming, and see for yourself. So if you have any questions or comments about this, by all means, let me know down below. I'll happily answer. And thank you very much for watching. And until next time, all the best.